Hello, my name is Rahasya. I'm going to do a little book review here of Under an Ionized Sky, From Chemtrails to Space Fence Lockdown. It's by Ilana Freeland. And I have to tell you, this thing is full of really good information. And from what I've been gathering, because I actually interview CIA agents and people that's been working for the NSA that are whistleblowers now. And they're telling me the same thing, that something is up. And when you start putting two and two together, it doesn't make the four that we're being told. It's making something else. There's a lot of really good explanatory graphics in this book too. And here's the book. It's very, very good. And it puts together a lot of things that I've been thinking about, like the 5G thing. We know that that's not healthy. If you'll see, I did a show on my radio show, bbsradio.com/spiritual activist. And the FCC director says plainly that they haven't done any research whatsoever. They haven't spent $1, 1 penny on, and he says we have to deploy 5G as quick as possible. Now, the word deploy is not a real good word, if you ask me, because that one thing, it's a military word. And for two, it's actually a military frequency. But if you stop and think about the millions of antennas that they're going to be putting all over the place to radiate us, they're actually talking about putting 20,000 geostationary satellites in the sky to radiate the whole planet. I'm not too sure that being able to download videos is all that important. And but what they've done, let me read you the back part of this book. It is difficult to believe that our planet has been weaponized before our very eyes. But that is exactly what has happened. First, we were seduced by the convenience of a wireless world. Then, atmospheric weather experimentation in the guise of climate change converted the air we breathe into an antenna. And it's converted us into an antenna too, because we've been breathing aluminum oxide for years and years and years. The geoengineering we've been subjected to for 2 decades is being normalized as a Star Wars space fence arises around and within us. And this isn't the space age we were promised. Now, I do a lot of research, and there's a book out, came out in the late 50s called Mass Contact. This is interesting when it comes to aluminum oxide. And I haven't heard anybody bring this up. There was a group of people in Italy, about 70 of them, that all their stories match and everything, and they were in touch with extraterrestrials, an advanced race, humanoids. Some of them looked good enough to actually walk around in the village. Some of them were a little too tall, but they had underground bases. We have underground bases now like crazy. That's another story. But they wanted them to get 2 things for them. Massive amounts of fruit, because that's the only thing they could eat here on the planet. And the other one was a chemical, which at the time, nobody really knew anything about that chemical, but it was expensive, hard to get. It took the wealth of that group of people to get it. It was aluminum oxide. Now, why would a group of advanced aliens in the early 50s want to get the very same chemical that they're spraying on us today, like by millions of metric tons? I really highly suggest you get this book and read it. It's well documented, and it's going to put a lot of pieces together for you. And I'm going to start doing video book reviews. I do book reviews for Amazon and my magazine, but I think the video interviews are a little more interesting to a certain age group. All right, y'all take care.